I live in Taiwan since 2008. I've learned and worked on digital and mechanical technologies from blockchain technology, IoT technology, machine learning, CNC, 3D printing, among others. AI is an old technology that currently is gaining a lot of traction. I found the easiest way to start learning AI, and this is what this video is all about. MLNet is a machine learning framework for .NET developers. It provides a set of tools for building and training machine learning models in .NET application, and this is what we are going to be using in this video. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is to install .NET. Now, I'm not going to go through the whole process of installing .NET, but it's pretty straightforward, okay? I just need to check which version of .NET I have installed in my computer. So let's do .NET version, and I have 6.0.100. Right now it's on version 7, so I'm a little bit outdated, but that's fine. Now the second tool that I need to install is MLNet that use .NET. Okay, so I'm not going to install either that one because I already have it. So I just need to check my version. It's called MLNet version. And I have the 16.2. Now, right now, as December of 2022, the latest version of this tool doesn't work. So make sure you don't install the latest version. So when you install it, make sure you specify one version below the latest one. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is we need to create a file. I already created this file. This is for training the model. What we want to do is to tell our code to tell it, I like this restaurant, and it should tell me whether this is a positive comment or a negative comment, or I hate the food or whatever. Okay, so let's see what is inside this file. And this file is just, for example, one sentence here that says, wow, love this place. Now this is when I end this, at the end of this sentence, I added a tab, and the next column will be whether this is positive or negative. So 1 is for positive. So for example here, crust is not good, which means this is a negative response, so our negative comment. So I classify this as 0 or negative, and so on. Actually I took this file from Microsoft, but this is basically how you will do it. For if you want to know whether the comments on your bot are positive or negative, you need to train your bot like this. And now we move to the most important command, basically the main command that is going to generate for us the whole code. So here it is. For example, I'm going to use MLNet. That is the tool we previously checked that it was installed. By the way, you can just Google how to install MLNet, and you will get all these steps. Now, classification is an algorithm that we are going to use. We are going to classify the sentences. Now, the data set is the file we have is restaurant, this one. So it's restaurant comments. That is our data set. And the label, for example, the label is column 1. Meaning we will train the model, and we want to predict using column 1. So whenever we add a sentence, or we input a sentence to the model, it will give us the output. I mean, it will give us whether 1 or 0, but this one means is the column that we are using as a label. Now, our file doesn't have a header. So I have has header false. And then this is important. It says train time. Um, I I use 60 for this example, but 60 will give me approximately 80% of accuracy. So this is something you need to test. The more data you have, the more time you need to give it for training. And if you, for example, you give 10 seconds and you see that the result is only like 60%, 55% accuracy, you better give it more time and give it more data. So now let's try to run this. So this code will generate, this command line will generate two projects. One project is the console project. It's just for us to see how to call that library. And it will create another project, which is a library. And this library is the one with the model, with the training and everything inside of it. So you can consider it as a black box. So all you have to do is change the console application. You will see how I will change it for you so that you can see how the code looks inside and which part you can change it. And so later on, you can use this as a very simple example to use the library. Okay, so it's done, and we can see here the accuracy is roughly 80%. Okay, so now that we have generated the code, let's see what is inside this folder. So you see we have a sample classification folder that was added there. So let's go inside that. Now this works very similar in Windows. So the command is the same, everything is the same, except that the new version, you don't have to do an extra step that it will do here. In the new version, you don't have to. Okay, so now the thing we need to do now is, the code is there, but I need to build it. I need to compile it. So all I do is .NET build. It's building, which is doing is compiling the code. I have 0 warnings, 0 errors, and that's it. Now we can run the code, but this is the extra step. I need to go to the sample model here. This is the package, let's call it library, that they generated for us. Now there is an ML model zip file here that I need to copy. So I will copy it. I will copy this guy here. I will add it to the other one, sample. Kind of forget a little bit of how this is done. Let's see. Okay. So I'm just doing this ML model zip, and I'm copying this to the console application. If I'm not mistaken, that's how I need to do it. Okay, you know what? I better let the software fire the error and then see where we need to copy it. Okay, never mind. Okay, so now all I need to do is to run this application. So .NET run. And I need to say project because I have two projects. In the new version, you just need to say .NET run. You don't have to do anything. If you're doing you're doing this with .NET 7. So project, we go to sample console app, and here we go sample. Okay, that should do it. Okay, so this is the exception. It says cannot find files, so I need to say machine learning sample classification. Oh, so I only need to copy this file into the root of sample classification. Okay, so I will say copy. I will go to sample. Sample model, inside there is a ML model zip file, and I want to copy it right here. Right? Okay, let's check it out. I got the file here, you see? I got the file here. Okay, so now let's run let's run the project again. And there you go, it's running. So here it says it's using the model, the column 1, for example, data, and it says, wow, I love this place, and predicted column value is 1, of course, and with an accuracy of 80%. Okay, so now let's see what is inside that console. So here it is the sample classification console app. I want to go inside of it so that I can see how this code is calling the black box for this to call it like something like, okay, see the sample console app. Let's see what we have inside here. And here we have a program CS. So VI program CS, and this is all the code that is needed to call the black box. So here we are sending, wow, I love this place, and it's trying to get the prediction. Consume model, we try to consume the model, and we try to predict. We try to get the prediction from using from this data, using this data. Okay, so if I change this, for example, I will do, let's say, I went there, but the food was not good. Okay. So let's do that. Let's see. Let's run it again. See what we get. Now we run project. Oh, sorry, I need to build it again. Oh. Oh, interesting. Build it automatically. Anyway. Oh yeah, when I run it, it built first. Okay, so I went there, but the food was not good. So predictive column value is 0 now, which means it's negative. So for 0, and I got the score is 91%. So it means the prediction is 91% sure that I am getting a negative feedback. Okay, so that's basically it. I challenge you to find an easier way to start learning AI. If you want me to show you more algorithms, how they work, how to use them, just let me know in the comments. And this is it for this one. Ciao.